Great stories are made up of small moments. The next level is only one step away from the previous one. Every opportunity we have to chase our dreams a bit more is genius in the making.
Imagine floating so fast. Okay, imagine like you have like the animation of where you have the switches with a broom floating in the air and moving so fast, but in the form of you gliding or running. That's the feeling of rollerblading. Rollerblading is more like you're floating, you're flying, because like you have this mechanism of shoes with wheels on it, and then you put your energy into it, and then it just takes you effortlessly to anywhere where you want to go, and you can express yourself totally and completely on it. I'm an aggressive rollerblader, and aggressive rollerblading entails performing certain type of tricks with a pair of rollerblades, in which allows you to jump, grind, and do a lot of spinning maneuvers. You can do a lot on it. So it's an extreme sport which entails a lot of discipline and a lot of flexibility and stamina. My second year in uni, I came across this guy from Ivory Coast called Chris Hongbedeji. I don't know if I got that surname right. He's from Ivory Coast. And Chris happened to be riding rollerblades mostly at night. So I was wondering why he likes riding rollerblades mostly at night. But night is the time where I come out to just look at the moon and ponder about the stars. I mean, that's weird though, but I do that a lot. And then I just saw this guy moving so fast. I was like gliding effortlessly. And so Chris took me to a skate shop in Tokpa Marché in Benin Republic, and I got a pair of blades and my journey began. It was when I came across this YouTube video of a guy called Nicolo Max. Nicolo Max is from England, but he stays in Barcelona, and I saw him he did a jump from the ground up to this high rail and does like various tricks in it. He like crosses his legs and is going on the rail and twists and turns and balances on it, and I was like, geez, that's impossible, because like it was so different, and that just caught my attention immediately, and I was like, man, I really want to know how this feels. And that's how I immediately loved the feeling to just try and like get this done. And I said, yeah. That's how my passion for aggressive rollerblading started, watching the Nicolo Max video on YouTube. Self-motivation is a very, very difficult process. One, you need to look within yourself and find yourself, which is a very difficult thing to do, because as a human being, we are distracted by so much around us, our environment, people, there's so much that just comes across us, and for us to channel our mind to just one thing and believe in it and dedicate so much time and energy to it is a very, very challenging task. But once you're able to bring yourself to that state, then you'll be able to transform yourself into something greater than you would ever imagine. It's more like bringing out the inner you, the true you, and invoking the spirit of the supernatural. That is what it means. That is what it is. Trying to find one word to define myself, it's very difficult. I think I'll go for the name stealth. Why? Because I really like to be invincible and bold at the same time. Not to, be so glaring, but I'm there. And rollerblading gives me that feeling of stealth. Because when I move, it's like 1 second they see you and the next second you're gone. Kind of like a ninja. But it's good. It's an amazing experience. So I would definitely say stealth. The turning point for me was when I landed a 540 spin off a 10-stair set in my school metric ground. I mean, I've always been doing, I've never imagined myself doing that because it was a very hard trick. So I just did normal tricks and I was like, I can never go far in rollerblading because I wasn't good enough to do big tricks. Until one day, I went up to that podium and I looked down the stairs and I was like, hey, what if you landed your head on the stairs? So I was like, no. And then I did it and I landed it. I was like, rollerblading all the way, non-stop. Because if I am able to achieve this, because that used to be one of my greatest fears, trying to do a 500, imagine spinning 540 degrees in the air over a 10-stair set, like a 10 staircase, steep down, and you're jumping off it, 540 and landing. And you need a cash prize for that. But after landing that, I was like, man, I can't stop right now, because that used to be my greatest fear, and I was able to beat that fear, and that was it. One of my greatest influence and motivation is my sensei. It's Taekwondo, so it's Korean. Sensei is Japanese. My sabonin. Mr. Jesse happens to be a 4th degree Taekwondo black belt. And there was this one time I went to the beach and I saw him practicing, and I was like, he was so amazing. How he was there alone, just training by himself, and he had a dojo he was running. People pay fees and all to train, but he personally took me under his wing, and I never paid money for training. We got so close that I even started staying at his house. I was having problems where I was staying in school, so I was staying with him for a while, and those few weeks, he impacted great knowledge in me, spiritually and mentally. He was a Christian, and he taught me that if you put God first in everything you do, you'll be amazed at the great things you accomplish. And that was always the one thing he always taught me, before I go to bed. We study the scripture, and we train hard, and, he would just give me this huge routine of techniques and huge routine of exercises, and I'm there crying, dying, and he's like, well, that's the price you have to pay. And I kept on doing that, and when I got my first my blue belt, I was so happy. And he told me that this is just one phase in my life, there are many more great things to come. Not knowing that after that exam, the blue belt exam, the last time I was gonna see him. And Mr. Jesse, I miss him so much. He's dead now. He died of kidney cancer. So yes, Mr. Jesse, may so rest in peace, and thank you for making me a better man. So when I was in uni, my parents gave me money to pay my school fees, and I had to use 50% out of it to buy a pair of rollerblades, and missed my exam for that semester just because I love rollerblades. And that cost me that semester and an extra year in uni. But I gained more skills and experience in rollerblading, and that improved my game, So being a rollerblader and chasing your skill or craft is very challenging, because you have to make very, very tough sacrifices. And getting an extra year in uni was one of those sacrifices I had to pay, which was very challenging for me, and was also challenging for my parents, because at that point we're having some serious financial problems, and it wasn't easy. My parents had to borrow money to send me to pay the fees, and I had to use out of it to buy a pair of grades. It sounded so stupid, but I mean, now you can look back and actually appreciate the sacrifice being made. And I feel that is one thing everybody needs to take it down to note. Like, don't look at the now, look at the future. Look far beyond your expectation. And if you have to cut the finger to make it to that place, cut the finger. If you have to break a leg to make it to that place, break a leg. But the main thing is envision the final place, envision where you have to be, envision the success.